Hey guys, welcome to Star Wars Timeline. My name is Ben. Let's react to the sweet new The Bad Batch trailer. I loved Season 1. It ended on a super high note, the destruction of Tipoca City on Camino. I can't wait to see what's in the second trailer. Stay tuned after my reaction. Well, I'll give you my first initial thoughts about this trailer and just try to pick apart different details that I find interesting. As always, guys, thanks for checking me out. Sub to the channel, like this video, give me your comments in the video section below. Let's jump right into it. I usually don't do a lot of reactions, but this one got me really hyped. Alright, we've seen this scenery in the first trailer. These creatures. The gang is still bickering with one another. I like that. It's a dynamic relationship. Nice. Is it me or she looks a little bit more aged? Omega? She has grown. Maybe a couple of years have passed.
So, this is the
We see Sid. She's back.
rogue clones on the run from the Empire, huh? Hello. How juicy.
Is one of the sisters from the last season of the Clone Wars?
We should be doing more.
Ooh,
You want to really
Horizon, Forbidden West. I'm getting some vibes in here.
you can have a future.
So it looks like Sid is gonna be a focal point once again, at least in some episodes. She's coming back.
Then they are traitors, like the Jedi.
You all gave
Nice.
everything because of me.
Yeah, she definitely looks older.
Choice, Omega. But there are others out there who need our help.
What sort of treachery is this?
More droids. I wonder how Trandoshans are gonna play into it. More bounty hunters. A Wookiee Jedi. Nice. Dude. This looks sick.
Peace and order throughout the galaxy.
Peace.
More different factions.
Peace.
Yes, the Emperor!
We're soldiers. We do what needs to be done.
Bail Organa, of course.
You know what makes us different? We make our own choices. What do you need, Rex?
My boy Rex is back. Hell yes!
Parents, the Bad Batch.
Man, this trailer gets me hyped. Obviously, once again, guys, I've not probably caught all of juicy details there, but let me just give you my quick thoughts, what I think about it. I was a huge fan of the Clone Wars show pretty much from the get-go. Yes, the first season arguably is the slowest one. It takes a little bit of time to pick up, but the kind of storylines that they create, and they put different characters in the forefront of the show, from Ahsoka to Anakin. Sometimes Yoda has a teachable moment there with the stormtroopers. You know, how it conglomerates and comes together was a fascinating treat. And we got the ending in the season 7. It was just culminates in such a powerful ending. I loved going on the journey with all those characters. And then they can carry it on in 2014. And I find that Star Wars Rebels is almost like a spiritual successor. It jumps in time. It shows us the galactic civil war period, but it's pretty much a continuation of that sort of style of storytelling, right? We see some remnants of the clone troopers, Rex, the gang is still there, but it's primarily now the rebels establishing their rebel cells. Bad Batch is almost like a connective tissue, right? The first season premiere was right at the end of the Clone Wars and the Order 66. Of course, we see the tragedy of that, and then we go into that. But the distinction I want to make between the Bad Batch show and the previous ones is that in the Bad Batch, the level of storytelling, the craftsmanship, how they position the characters, what they're trying to tell with each episode, and that's my personal opinion. Of course, not everybody's going to agree. It was just so seamless and so expertly done. I personally didn't find any boring parts or silly moments in the entire first season. I loved every single episode. And I know you guys are just as passionate, hardcore Star Wars fans. I know it didn't work for everyone. Please let me know actually in the comment section what you found lacking about the first season. What would you like to see in the second one? But what am I picking up so far from a couple of things I got right off the bat just looking in this trailer? Of course, we got a couple of scenes that we've seen in the first teaser trailer, the beach scenes, those little crabs running around, we saw Rex, and so forth. But the way that they prominently show Sid in here, one of my favorite characters in the first season, she seems to be back as a, not Yoda, but some kind of a a mother figure, a guide to put them on their journey and say, guys, you need to grow, you need to adapt, and you need to figure out how you're going to battle the Empire from this, in this new way. I love seeing Bail Organa. Jimmy Smits, to me, one of the greatest additions to the prequel era. I loved his performance. I loved seeing him in Rogue One. And I'm really, really happy that he's coming back, because to me, he was almost like a central character from old school Star Wars radio drama. For those of you guys who may not be aware, those are radio dramas which came out way back in the 80s. I think the original one for A New Hope came out like in 1980. And it basically retells you the story of the movie, but it adds scenes that never made it into the final cut. And some of those scenes involved Leia's adopted father, Bail Organa, how they're basically looking after, the first rebel cells and then establishing that to actively oppose the Empire. So I can't wait to see what his role is going to be there. He was sort of kind of in Rebel, right? We saw Ahsoka there on the sideline. We even saw a little bit of Kenobi. Let's carry on with that tradition. Let's see where he comes into play and how he's going to convince the Bad Batch to fight on his side, or at least perform a couple of tasks for him. Maybe there will not be entirely good guys that fully commit to the rebel cause, but maybe he'll employ them as mercenaries. That would be an interesting twist, actually, and say, guys, Rex may pose like maybe intellectual or moral question to them and say, hey, what are you fighting for? Like it says in the trailer, but pick your side. But if they decide not to go that route, maybe Bail Organa will say, all right, you guys don't want to be the true believers for the cause. Maybe I can hire you out. Maybe you can do missions that help out the rebellion. And amidst all of that, because they're former clones, right? Not former clones. They fought for the Republic, and now the Republic has abandoned them. So they actually have no stakes in helping out, this war. Like, you know what? We just want to be left on the side. But Omega, on the other hand, even though she looks young, right? She's older than all of them. She has seen how this Republic has fallen, and maybe she'll have a deeper stake in it, and she'll say, guys, well, she will be the moral compass for them, and she will be asking the hard questions and say, no, we can't be just mercenaries for hire. We have to join the good fight. Anyway, guys, I'm super thrilled, super excited for this new show. I really hope it goes like 15 seasons. I'm so greedy with Star Wars. If it's really good, I want more of it. As long as, obviously, it makes sense for the story. I felt that the Star Wars Rebel show actually ended on a very high note, and it was very wise of Dave Filoni and a creative team to end it in 4 seasons and leave us enough tidbits there to, hey, maybe potentially later in the future we'll carry on with that story, but this is where it ends right now. There was no extra fat in that. It felt very precise, very straight to the point, and most of the stories really, really worked for it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of this trailer in the video section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and please tell me, what are you personally expecting from Season 2? I'll catch you guys later. Take care.